that my young brother, Eugene, was not in prison, but there were good reasons. But you talk out there, people knew, just like when Mandela was in prison, that he was the patron and leader of the party. That is not to underrate the work that Wafula Wamnyinyi has done for this great party. And today, I know Wamala is going to sit as a martyr of right next to Raila Amolo Odinga, next to Kalonzo Musyoka, next to Martha Karua, as the leader of a party which is not a small party. It is a big party, actually, in the Republic of Kenya. And my brother, I know you are going to bring a new energy to the party and to the movement, which is in a critical phase in Kenya as a whole. I also want to say that Kwame Nkrumah who was a statesman and president of Ghana for some time, but he also a great writer and thinker and author. And he said that principles are indivisible. They are either wholly kept or wholly sacrificed. And Jefferson, I think Wamala likes quoting Jefferson, your favorite. That on matters of style, you can swim with the current. But on matters of principle, stand firm like a rock. I think DAP, by what you have done in the last few months, I am convinced that this party, that on matters of principle, you will stand and you have stood as firm as a rock. And to your members of parliament, I appreciate you because you're standing firm with the party, and I know the promises of the future will be in your hands. And already those promises are there because he who is with the people is with God. And I know you are the people. We are facing a great challenge in this country. And why I was talking about this question of principle, already you can see that President Ruto, although we don't recognize his legitimacy, although he's sitting in State House, in many ways like the Nationalist Party in South Africa was appointing people and enthroning people like de Klerk to be president of South Africa. De jure, de facto, yes, but on the question of legitimacy, the whole of South Africa did not accept that leadership in South Africa. But I want to say, even as Ruto was saying this morning, that whatever noise we may make does not stop him from performing his duties as president. I want to challenge him that it's part of his duty to know what are the duties and functions of the president of the Republic of Kenya. If he was truly the president of the Republic of Kenya, the first thing that he would do is to defend and protect the Constitution of Kenya as by law established. The Constitution of Kenya defines Kenya in Article 2, Article 4, Sub-Article 2, that Kenya is a multi-party democratic state. That is the principle which is enunciated in the Constitution of Kenya. Today, the president is acting as if that principle was just there for cosmetics because he's killing political parties. That is the fact of the moment, that President Ruto is killing political parties. And is invading every party. I think the DAP has done better than all the parties because, you know, he has even invaded the political party called ODM, where I belong. But I want to encourage you that, and your members of parliament, I want to encourage you. It comes to moments that it does not matter how many members of parliament you have. It doesn't matter. We were in parliament when Kanu was a ruling party, a one-party state, which was a de facto one-party state, and it became a de jure one-party state. But Kenyans said now the struggle is going to be taken out of parliament. The struggle is going to go to the people. And we said that we are going to use extra parliamentary means to make sure that we wipe out the one-party state. And therefore, I urge you, even as your members of parliament, that the struggle now out there is with the people. Let's go to the people. Let's reach out to the people and work with the people. And we can never be wrong. It is only one thing that we must do. We must define the tools and the weapons that we're going to use to overcome this dictatorship. And I know it can be done. If Moi, with all the cohesive powers of the state, and I remember that Moi's powers were close to that tyrant in Central African Republic who made himself an emperor, Bokassa. He lived a life of ignominy in France when he could not pay even for his electricity in his castle in France. I want to say that the leadership that is going to emerge out of the political movement as a meal with people like Malwa, with like Raila, Odinga, Kalonzo Musyoka, Martha Karua, with the foot soldiers, including Ngunyi. No tear gas is going to stop us, I can assure you. And in as much as I'm in Siaya as a governor, when it comes to fighting for change and for prosperity of this nation, we owe it to the people to join in this struggle to take our country back from these dictators. Ruto, sometimes when I remember Ruto, I think of Moi, because I think one is a child of the other and one is a father of the other. One of the things that, again, he has forgotten is the Constitution says that counties should share revenue collected on a formula which is set up in law and the Constitution. And as the party leader said, since October last year, no county has received any exchequer releases, remittances, because the country is broke. The country is broke. They have no money to send to the counties. So there's a violation on his part of the Constitution, because the Constitution says those remittances must be, they are time bound. Now, we can